So, roast chicken salad with a herb dressing, which comes from the Gavroche kitchen. Recipe that I was first made 30 years ago with Albert Roux, and it's actually one of his favourite dishes, and it really doesn't get any simpler. Got a lovely quality corn-fed chicken here, which we're simply going to roast. Got ketchup, chopped tarragon, chopped chives, chopped shallot or chopped onion, chopped parsley, Worcester sauce, olive oil, white wine vinegar, Tabasco, some interesting salad leaves, and that's basically the dish. To start with, we're going to simply roast the chicken. So it's been trussed. I bought a really nice free-range corn-fed chicken. So a little bit of oil on the top, wee pinch of salt and pepper, a little twist on there. I'm going to roll it round in the oil just to get the chicken started, and it stops it sticking from the roasting tray. And that's ready to go in the oven. About 1 hour, 1 hour 10 at 180 degrees. We'll make sure that chicken is thoroughly cooked through. So, chicken comes out of the oven, nice and golden, and very important we let it rest so it cools down and we keep all the juices inside. We're going to take the chicken out, use a pair of tongs, put it into a clean dish. I'm going to let the chicken cool off upside down. That's called resting the meat, and it's appropriate for any piece of meat at all, any roasts, whether it be poultry, pork, beef, lamb, venison, whatever. And what's happening here is that the juice is all running around inside the chicken, and we want them to stay inside. If you cut that chicken up now, all the juices are going to run away, and they'll be all over your board, all over the kitchen floor. This way they remain inside. What's very important is the chicken or the poultry is allowed to rest this way, so that all the juices are running down into the breast. If you do it the other way around, then what happens is the juices just run into the back cavity, whereas we all know there's not an awful lot of meat. So it's really important that it gets taken out of the oven, allowed to rest. What we do is we take some tomato ketchup, like so, quite a generous measure. And this might seem like a strange ingredient coming from one of the finest kitchens in the country. Albert and his brother Michel invented this dish for picnics when Michel was cooking for Madame Rothschild's in France, and this was one of Cécile Rothschild's favourite dishes. Good splash of Worcester sauce, just a few shakes of Tabasco. You could use fresh chili if you wanted to. This just gives it a little bit of a kick. And we whisk those two ingredients together, like so. A splash of white wine vinegar. I'm using tarragon white wine vinegar, but you can just use straightforward white wine vinegar. That just gives it a nice lift. Like any dressing needs some acidity in it. And then the olive oil. We're just using a straightforward olive oil. If you wanted to use virgin, you can do. Not really that beneficial, because with all the flavours inside, it's going to get drowned out. So just a good quality olive oil. Whisk those two together. So you're forming a dressing here. You can see it all coming together, like so. That's it. That's enough oil. Take the whisk out, and then we're going to add the ingredients. We've got the tarragon goes in. It's a lovely aniseed flavour. We've got the chopped chives. They go in like so. Good handful of chopped parsley. So this really is a herby dressing. And once you've done all the prep, this is one of the easiest dishes in the world to make. That's gone in there. Whisk those together, like so. And you can just see what a gorgeous dressing it becomes. All comes together like so. And we're just going to add a tiny pinch of salt and pepper. You won't need very much, just a little bit. And that's the dressing made. So it's not like a normal vinaigrette. It's a very thick emulsion which has come together, and it's thickened up with the tomato ketchup, which is such a crafty ingredient to use. You can make this a couple of days ahead, keep it in the fridge. If you've got a cool spot in your kitchen or a larder, you can keep it in a plastic container until you come to use it. What's very, very important is if you store it in the fridge, it must be brought out before you use it at room temperature, because if not, it'll go into a homogenized sauce because of the oil will set up in the fridge. So it must be served at room temperature. And there's your herb dressing. Okay, so we're going to cut the chicken up for the salad. So make sure they take the string off. We talked earlier about making sure the chicken's trussed. Make sure you buy an oven ready chicken, or speak to your butchers and get them to tie it up for you. Trussing it just keeps the bird nice and compact, so you haven't got one leg up here and a wing out there. Just makes it nice and tidy and does help on an even cookery. Take the chicken out once it's cooled off a little bit, and we're going to take the legs off first. So just take them around like so, through the joint, get them in there. You can see the juices are kept inside the chicken. Through the leg again, like so. Bend it back, cut through the joint. That's cooked. If you're not keen on skin, you could always take the skin off the chicken. Tie it up to you. Then run the knife down alongside the chicken, through the bone like so. I'm going to show you this lovely moist chicken. So it's cooked through here, nice and juicy and moist, and it's done. Perfect. Again, using a nice long thin knife. And again, it's all part of the process. It's so important that this chicken has cooked ahead and has been allowed to rest. So one, you can handle it, and two, all the juices have been kept inside. You can see there's hardly any juices around, and all we're going to do now is slice the chicken into bite-sized pieces. This will definitely serve 4 people. A nice large serving tray. You could, of course, serve this individually, but this is a great picnic dish. So we're going to put the chicken down in the middle of the tray. I'm going to take a piece, show you it's cooked properly. Lovely. Perfect. And I'll let you into a little secret. Roast chicken is one of my all-time favourite meals. So if anyone wants to invite me around, put chicken on your menu. So the legs are just cut in half. There's a little line you can see here. Knife goes straight through the joint like so. And there's your chicken. I'm going to have another piece. Lovely. The leaves we've got some rocket, we've got some Oloroso in here, we've got some watercress, and we've got some what's known as lamb's lettuce. I like the pepperiness of the rocket, so I'm going to put quite a decent amount of that in. So again, into a bowl, and we're just going to lightly season, toss the salad with a little bit of the dressing, like so, not too much. There we go. Mix that up. There we are, some beautiful leaves. And that goes around the side of the chicken like so. And this really is a picnic dish, but I think at this time of the year, there's lots of interesting wintry ingredients around. But I think by the time you get to almost the end of January, we need a bit of a spark in what we're cooking. And this is why I've gone for this particular recipe. The dressing, you then quite simply spoon across the chicken, and that's the dish. The roast chicken salad with herb dressing, so favoured by Madame Cécile de Rothschild in Paris, Albert Roux, myself, and I also hope you enjoy it as much.